Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva.
Here we are, Sri Ravi Shankar. The art of living. The first question is, of course, how long have you lived?
I'm still living.
That's good, but what's your age?
Age?
How old are you?
What do you think? Guess.
I think you're in your mid-40s?
Early 40s.
Early 40s. Long time to go in this new millennium, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does it mean anything for you, the fact that we now write 2000 instead of 1900?
Yeah, it is 2000.
It's different. One of the things that in previous interviews we haven't covered was your technique of working with the breath. Why is it so important?
Why breath is so important? Because without the breath you would be dead.
Without food we also would be dead, yeah?
Right, absolutely. But breath comes first, sleep next, food third.
Okay. Now, breath is, we breathe all the time, all people, until we die.
Right.
But you seem to give special significance to the way we breathe.
Right. Though we breathe all the time, we have not learned anything about our breath. Because breath has a lot of secrets to offer to us. Through breath, you can harness your emotions. You know, all the negative feelings that you may have. You can get rid of them in no time.
So you place special emphasis on the way we breathe. Does that mean that normal people don't breathe correctly?
People have different patterns of breath. What I am saying is, see, breath has a connection to your emotions. So each emotion has a definite pattern of breath. So if you are stressed, it has a definite pattern of breath. If you are relaxed, the pattern of breath changes. So doing the reverse, changing the pattern of breath, you can attain calm and pleasant state of mind, which everyone wants to be. No one wants to be distressed.
So you basically say that our moods, our experience is a result of the way we breathe.
Breath is affected by our moods. So by affecting the breath, your moods can also be changed.
Some psychologists in the West have thought that our first breath is the most important, because our basic pattern of facing the world is when we come out of our mother and we face the world. And sometimes that's a struggle when the birth is not easy, and sometimes it's easier. Do you agree that that is a very important first moment?
Yeah, children breathe. The first thing they do coming to the world is they take a deep breath in. And then they start crying.
Yeah.
But breath, like anything else, changes all the time. So we can know something about our breath, some deeper aspects of our breath, so that we feel more strong within ourselves. We don't feel, like I'm powerless, I'm feeling bad, or I'm feeling unpleasant, I'm depressed. You can be master of your feelings if you learn about breath.
Now, some people talk about the breath energy as a chi energy. Is that the same as what you're teaching, that if you place your consciousness of your breath in certain parts of your body, that you change your behavior patterns?
There are a number of techniques. When we want to go to the center of our existence, which is love, we can use number of techniques, many types of meditation, many types of breathing. They'll all be useful.
So there is no exclusive way to happiness?
There are many ways, but the goal is happiness, right?
Happiness for yourself, but how do we then take care of happiness in the world? There's misery, there is problems in the world.
By doing service. It's not just enough say, okay, I am happy, I'm sitting and meditating, or I do something for myself. It doesn't work. You have to express that love that you are in sharing it with others. And that's why I see these two are complementary, service and your self-practice. The more service you do, you gain the merit to settle down, go deep into your heart.
People feel these days that they are, in this global economy, they're powerless, that their good work, their seva, I think you call that, only helps a few people in their environment. How does that help the whole world?
Many people helping a few definitely would affect the whole continent, whole world.
Now, I have maybe a strange question, but you're also a physicist?
I am interested in physics.
Physics. You know a little bit about the ideas of quantum physics?
Yeah.
Now, the
I
modern...
keep updated myself.
Well, I'm a physicist, so one of the things is that now science believes that if there's an observer and an observed, that changes the situation of the observed. That the object, in fact, changes as there is an observer. Now, that observer, we think about a laboratory where you know, or a nuclear testing laboratory where you do that. But what I understand from your breath technique is that you say when you think about the breath, when you think about the oxygen, and if you think about the air, you actually change it.
Absolutely right. You know, this was said long ago, 5,000 years ago in the Indian scriptures, that said, Yatha drishti tata srishti. As you see, that's how the creation happens. Because your sight gives energy to an object. So your vision of it changes also.
So it doesn't have to be a physical view. It is when you put your awareness on.
Right. Because attention is nothing but energy. And energy has the tendency to change everything.
With your exercises, some people claim that they have become more healthier. So what you actually say, that if you give attention to the air you breathe and you kind of process it to your body by your techniques, you empower the air to heal you, or the energy.
Yes, just attention on the physical body and physical aspects itself is effective. Definitely it has its impact.
Now we live in a world where people in the cities live with bad air. And I noticed during your exercises you open the doors and it becomes pretty cold sometimes. Do you think that air quality makes a difference in your life?
Definitely. Air quality makes a difference. Quality of air, pattern of breathing, place, all this has its own impact.
But would you say it's more healthy to live in the Himalayas than in New York? Yes.
But air changes everywhere. I wouldn't recommend someone to keep breathing, an exhaust fume from a motor car. But of course, place where you can live, you can breathe, you can definitely do some exercise too.
With your exercise you make more use of the air. Is that a good expression?
Yeah, you can say like that.
You can say like that. If you talk about air quality, we can also talk about the quality of the ether. One of the 5 elements is the ether. And maybe ether has something to do with the electromagnetic radiation. Now everybody these days has mobile radios and mobile telephones, and there's television all over the place. Does that also impact the quality of our life? Electromagnetic disturbances.
It's irrefutable, it has an impact on life. But how harmful that is has to be proven. That we do not know yet. It does impact our life, but to what extent? Another thing, our body has this enormous adaptability. So if you are used to certain situations, certain magnetic vibrations, electromagnetic field, your body starts adjusting itself to those environment. That's why you don't need to be paranoid or run away to Himalayas or to Alps anywhere.
Or to start wearing clothes that are protective or something. But still, you, in your teachings, for instance with food, you have certain restrictions on food. Certain kinds of foods are, like meat, are less holy, less... What are they? Why don't you eat meat?
We see that our system is made for vegetarian food. Though we don't stop someone from, taking non-veg food, we recommend vegetarian food. That's our main thing. Breathing everyone can do, whether they are vegetarians or non-vegetarians. Personally, I am a vegetarian, and then I feel it very comfortable with, vegetarian food.
But that doesn't have to do with, say, the inherent quality of vegetable food versus meat, for instance.
Scientifically speaking, if there are many evidences how vegetarian food is much more suitable to your system, easily digestible, and that has an impact on your metabolism. So in this sense, we recommend vegetarian food. I think today there is a big movement about it. Most of the scientists and health professionals, they recommend vegetarian food.
Well, that's also, when you talk about health food, everybody in the States seemingly takes 5 pills a day, vitamin this, food supplements, stuff like that. How do you think about that?
I would say that we don't have to go to an extreme about, to be too careful about our health, creates a sort of paranoia. We have to know that our body has the ability to adapt to different situations. And don't make it too delicate. So, then it's the body's own immune system, the resistance system, should be given a chance to function.
That's why you open the doors and make it cold sometimes. To train us. Tell me a little bit, you have a following that follows you because of spiritual reasons, because of your message, which is basically a Vedic message, which is very old. But you also have, say, work in the world. You have a human values foundation. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Right. Today, after 50 years of human rights, we still feel there is so much violation of human rights. And I thought, without nourishing human values, it's impossible to bring human rights in society. So, we wanted to bring these human values in life, love, compassion, generosity, caring for people, each other, not fighting in the name of religion, race and caste and all these narrow-minded visions. So
maybe that was a message that 2,000 years ago Christ brought, and the Buddha and all those people. Today we have internet. How can we have human values on the internet? How can we have honesty on the internet? It seems like the .com medium, not the .com, but the .com. It's like the medium that it's all hype, all make-believe. You're fighting that. You're a little bit of, people would say you're out of the time.
No, see, it's .com. Now that's what I'm emphasizing. I said just stop and then be calm for a little while.
.com. Well, that's good. .com and .com and .com. That's a good. Yeah. But do you think technology helps people or not?
Definitely. Technology definitely helps people. And see, man does not live just on technology. He needs something more. A human being is looking for some sort of comfort. And comfort doesn't come only by technology. It comes from values. And lack of values will create more chaos and violence in society.
But isn't it a losing battle?
I don't think so.